So, hey guys, welcome to Sip and Speak with Rama. I'm actually excited about today's. I hope you guys are doing well and you had a wonderful weekend. I did. I mean, what my weekends are like my weekdays, and my weekdays are like my weekend. But most importantly, what is so exciting? Sinners won the Oscars. I'm excited. I don't know what I would have done if they didn't win, because then I'll be like, that's like a total ripoff. Mm, what's that? I'll be like, that's a total ripoff. Want to hear something fun? So some time ago, I did apply to the military. Oh, I did. I applied to the Air Force. I didn't want to talk anything about my weight thing because I already talked about it, but this is just tied to it. After I lost some pounds and I got to 190, I said, okay, let me just apply to the military. I work in healthcare, so I'm like, I'll just give it that shot because it's like a good caveat to enter. So I wouldn't have been just like a regular military person. Specifically, it was the Air Force. And so I would have been like a military, like a healthcare worker in the military. And those came with benefits and all of that. I wanted those benefits though. So I applied and I got a response in a couple of days. I was super excited. The man was like, you know, you are 40 pounds above the weight limit. And then he was like, what's your height? And I said, 5'1". And he was like, what's your weight? I said, 190. Well, you know, you're 40 pounds above the weight limit. Don't you want to try something else? I'm like, if I can't make it through the Air Force, where do you think I'm going to survive? The Army? Is anybody watching Blue Therapy? Because I am. I mean, I did watch it. I have so many reservations when it comes to Blue Therapy. My favorite couple, I can't remember the name, but the most, I'm sure you'll know who I'm talking about, the most composed ones who didn't really have much issue. I feel like they were, I can't remember their name, but the guy had like a whole clean cornrow. Apparently the story was that he was acing in his career, and the girl says that he didn't have much time based upon that. Yeah, I feel like they don't need therapy. They can work it out. Now, my problem is a Nigerian girl married to the guy from Romania or something. She wants to get married. And then the guy is like, I don't believe in the concept of marriage. And you've been with this guy for years. And this guy shares this analogy. So my point is, are you trying, like, is the girl trying to say, oh, I'm staying with him, maybe he might change his mind? Because he's not. And then he has the nerve to get angry that she sends money to her family back in Nigeria. Now that's what you get if you get married to somebody who is not, acquainted with your tradition. All these years he could have, because then why would sending money which doesn't belong to you become a problem? We are not even married. When I got back from my vacation in Costa Rica, my colleagues asked, where have you been for 2 weeks? I was like, oh, I went hiking. Now you know how that looks. It was a common look. Everybody was staring at me from up to down. They didn't have to say much. Basically what they were saying was, you know you're black, right? What is the deal with Black people not wanting to acquaint themselves with their surroundings in terms of hiking it? What is that weird facade, or what is that weird notion surrounding Black people hiking? Not only did I hike a regular thing, I hiked a volcano, so that kind of brought double stairs. I was mostly the only Black person throughout the process, and I feel so bad because I feel like as Black people, we really need to explore these activities. It shouldn't always be about, oh, where are you going on vacation? Tulum. And then when you get to Tulum, you're going to stay in a resort or that kind of thing. I feel like when you confine yourself in a resort, you deprive yourself of getting acquainted with you know, the culture that supposedly you wanted to expose yourself to. And then when you get to the resort, you're ordering chicken and fries. In Mexico, what happened to queso? Tacos. Mm-mm. It just doesn't make sense. One thing a lot of people don't know about me is my affinity for Kumawood movies. Hey, my favorite movie till date is Asoriba. On my birthday, every birthday I watch Asoriba. Asoriba, just say the Mercy do situation, the Ejako, Nana Mama Brown. See, there are times that when it's showing on TV, I can literally quote it. I've watched Asoriba like 1,000 times. Every birthday I watch Asoriba, it's like a culture necessity. Those times were the real movies. Like it related to how life was actually. You can actually relate to it, especially if you've lived in a compound house. And for those of you who don't know what a compound house is, these are just a home that has different tenants living together. Sometimes they share the same bathroom. However, it's just a close-knit home, you know. It's like how do I call it? The African version of townhomes, but they are not townhomes, you know? Yeah. If you lived in a compound house, a typical Saturday, the country music is playing. The fierce mom is washing her clothes. Ajo's mom is cooking rice and stew. Sister Ajo is doing something, and then the mansotrin is also going on in the background. So all this, the mansotrin, the food, the washing of clothes, it gives you this, you know, this moment, you know. Even the violence alone adds a lot of, you know, there's a seasoning to the Saturday. The compound house that I lived in was in Dakuma, and then we had this SDA family. So SDA, we know they go to church on Saturday, so they wake up very early in the morning, sometimes at dawn, the night prior, and then they will cook. And what they will cook, they say, na show no, what did I said, no, me, I am myself. I'll intentionally go to the girl, she was called Ekia. She and her family, they were SDA people, they'll cook. Now, what they'll do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No. After they do that, their Saturday, Sabbath thing, la show, they'll eat all of them together. The breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The breakfast usually no may say the one that has the big corn in it. The way I love it, my slack of fin more best 10 times. I'm saying stay to say. I think she got to know. We say then she would tell me like, nah. One thing, people that know me call me Bailey. Don't call me Bailey. Between you and me is Rama. We are keeping it. Oh, you guys will kill my steeds. We are keeping it on 100. But just for the sake of this story, she'll be like, "Hey, Bailey, go and bring your bow. Go and bring your bow." Let me talk. Go and bring my bow. Then she'll pour some of the liquid with me or obla you. Then she'll be like, go and bring another bowl. Then she'll pour some of the jollof. The jollof, I don't know. It was simple but really nice. Me, I didn't even care about meat. My whole Saturday was sorted out. Then we'll eat. Hey, and those who don't know, if you're not following my business page, Afro_Foods, it's on Instagram. We are back. In the next video, I'll come and show you the product. We are back. Apparently, we make the best Chateau in Georgia. We've been doing this for the past 5 years, so it makes sense. Chateau is chunky, it's organic, none of those powdered stuff or anything. It's just what it's supposed to be. But yeah, talk and all of that. Hopefully, you guys have like a wonderful week. Um, no drama, like I said. Do the things that make you happy. My tea has gotten cold. I initially said that the video is gonna end once the tea is done. And the tea is done. Enjoy your week, y'all. See you in the next video.